Today is all about your questions. You send in your questions and we answer them. Today's question is all about what kind of talents does it take to be a business owner?
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. Why waste time reading books when you can have someone read the book to you? Today's broadcast is sponsored by Audible.com. They have an amazing free gift for you. Simply by signing up, you will get a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial. Simply go to www.audibletrial.com/peak performers. You can also find a link in the show notes.
So this question comes in from Laura in Wisconsin, and Laura asks, Thor, what is your single most critical and important talent as a business owner?
Wow. I don't know if I can summarize it into just one.
Because you're so talented?
Well, I don't know about that.
That's what it sounded like you meant.
But you can put that on my tombstone.
Okay. He was so talented.
He was so talented, he had more than one talent.
Right. Okay.
I like that. Perseverance, I would say, is definitely one of the top three. Can I give three? I can't narrow it down.
Sure. It's your show. Give three.
Thank you. That's a very good point. Top three. Perseverance. Always moving forward. No matter what comes up, picking yourself up and just keep moving. I mean, that's really what entrepreneurship is all about, is just you running. This isn't working. You get knocked down. You pick yourself back up. You adjust a little bit and you just keep trying until something works. And then keep doing that and then pick up something else and just keep doing that. Also, I think that open feedback. And what I mean by that is I'm always open to feedback. I'm always looking to figure out how to make it better. When we did the Business Execution Summit, it was a 3-day event. We did the event, and right after the event, even though everybody was exhausted, we sat down and we talked about, okay, what went well, what didn't go well, and what needs to improve. And after that, the team came to me and said, I'm really amazed every single time we do this because the level of openness and willingness to accept feedback is just incredible. They say, I don't think I could do that being themselves, but I think it's a great, great talent to have. If you can really, truly accept feedback and take it not as criticism, don't take it personally, but just use it to figure out how to take your game to the next level, I think that's an extremely important talent. The last one is intent matters. I never go into dealing with a client or a prospect figuring out what I can extract from it. I'm always going in trying to figure out what can I give? How can I provide massive value? If that massive value has an economic value to it, then I'll receive that economic value back. Now, as you know, I'm not very inexpensive to work with, but everyone I work with, for example, on the consulting side, I help with the execution, I help with productivity with business owners, and all those contracts, I work on a basis of either you get results or I give you your money back.
Right.
So I'm about providing massive value and getting paid well for my time and my expertise, but I go in not trying to figure out, okay, what can I get here? What can I give? How can I provide value? So I would say that those are my top three. Now you work with me, so what's your opinions?
100% agree. 100% agree. If I were to I agree with you. I don't even have something to add other than if I were to restate it for the audience as an objective party, an outsider that's looking in. You said on an earlier podcast that success is not a straight line. And that stuck with me, obviously, because I'm saying it back to you now. And to say perseverance in a different way is you are very good going around the corners and curves when it's not successful. You are very good at that. You're very graceful, very gracious, and very optimistic about maybe around the next corner there will be success, or maybe around this curve there will be success. So you don't mind that it isn't a straight line. You roll
No,
with
I
that.
anticipated that it's not going to be a straight line.
And when it isn't, you're not thrown off.
No, because I'm anticipating that.
Right.
I know the majority of things that we try are not going to be successful.
Right.
That's just the way it works.
It is.
You try this marketing technique, this advertising technique. That's why you want to constantly be coming up with new things. And sometimes I'll go around the corner. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll go over the mountain, under the mountain.
Right.
And you know my personality. Sometimes I'll just go through the freaking mountain.
Right. Well, and also I think with regards to your openness to feedback, a critical point to add to that is, in the case you're referring to about the Business Execution Summit, everyone who was giving you the feedback, and a lot of it was critique, right, they were your subordinates. And you were open to it even from them, which I think adds to the uniqueness of that as a trait for you. I think it's easier to be open to peer or from top down, but you're open bottom up to feedback, and that's harder to do, I think.
Yeah, that's
special.
a really good point you make there. I believe that there are things to learn from everybody, whether they're brilliant, stupid, or anywhere in between. You can learn the most about your business from the clients and prospects that want nothing to do with you, or ex-clients, I should say. They're the ones that are going to teach you the things that could be really, really valuable. Some of the most difficult clients are the best. I had a client literally for 12 years, and this guy just paid me a retainer. Literally, he paid me a very nice retainer. I think at the end it was $40,000 a year, just for me to pick up the phone if he had a question. And this relationship started out, I'll never forget it. I was standing underneath the tram in Pittsburgh on this cold, kind of misty night.
We don't have trams in Pittsburgh.
Well, it's the thing that went up the mountain. There was
the incline that goes up to
yes.
Yeah,
Well, I was at the bottom looking at this.
Oh, okay.
And this new client literally cursed at me for an hour. He threw out the F-bomb every 5 seconds. What was happening is I was getting introduced, or I was his new provider, and he was mad about it because he was losing his guy.
Right.
And this guy cursed and cursed, and I finally looked at him and I said, I'll leave his name out, Bob. I said, Bob, we have to work together because my company bought your company. And that's just the way it is. And we can agree to fight and be nasty to each other and hate each other for the next 2, 3, 4 years, however long you're going to be with us until we sell you. But I'm going to do the best I can to provide you the most value possible. And I said, it doesn't matter to me whether we get along, we don't get along, but I'm here. So what I thought was going to be one of the worst clients and the shortest client relationship that I had ended up being, I think it was 15 years, 12 to 15 years, where this guy was the most loyal client ever. The difficult clients, the ones that give you the most feedback, the ones that actually might even hate you in the beginning, may just turn out to be your best client.
True. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com, and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners, and if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin, The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.